The Net Zero Living programme we're working on as part of the Innovate UK funding is called Net Zero Terraced Streets, and we're essentially looking at a model of how you decarbonise terraces at scale. Rossendale Valley Energy became interested in the Net Zero Living programme, so essentially we started working with Electricity North West, our local DNO, the district network operator, and started through strategic innovation funds to work out feasibility, and then that naturally kind of progressed into seeking additional funding for Net Zero Living.
How Rossendale Borough Council became involved in the project was we started work with Rossendale Valley Energy 2022, and that project sought to ask the question of how do we decarbonise Rossendale? We have around 6 million terraces in the UK, which are really difficult to retrofit, really difficult to heat. In Rossendale alone, we have 14,000 terraces, so that makes up just over 40% of our total housing stock.
What Valley Energy are trying to do is imaginative, is stand back. We've got all these terrace houses, improvements are going on very slowly. Can you do something quite different? And look at a block of houses, look at all the roof insulation, putting ground source heat pump in, which is much more economic than probably putting a whole series of ground source heat pumps.
They really want to push the climate change initiative and the Net Zero initiative, and they've worked very closely with us to help from a council side make the ideas that we have as a community energy organisation become more real, and they give us a little bit more oomph behind bids and proposals to have that council backing.
Seeing it materialize into a practical stage where people can see the buildings, see the impact, and then be able to model and see what can happen in the future. That's the biggest achievement, I think, so far.
We're working through governance, operational and organisational governance. We're working through procurement, we're working through the customer journey, and without Net Zero Living, the really important stuff, the customer-facing side of it, wouldn't necessarily have been as robust as it was, and it's allowed us to essentially practice on 3 demonstrator properties.
We need agencies like Innovate UK who are able to invest in projects that are basic research and evaluate them in a way that a commercial bank wouldn't do, would be too risky for a small council to take on. But without Innovate UK, the project wouldn't have been able to get off the ground, and that is crucial information for councils all around the country.
It isn't just a climate issue, it's a people issue as well. So we want to see the benefits economically, we want to see that retained in the borough.
Some are living hand to mouth, some of them are very tightly budgeting as to how they get by, and expensive retrofit measures and changes in heating type are not something that they ever think that they can afford to do. You know, people in fuel poverty and people who are on benefits need that, and they need the benefits of that.
For the future, Rossendale Borough Council really hopes that this project develops and becomes the replicable, scalable solution that we want it to be. We want to see that rolled out in our communities. We want to see it be successful on a national landscape too, and being rolled out into other communities, being shared with other local authorities, local businesses and local community energy groups.
The project will contribute towards the local authorities' net zero goals. The properties that we're working on will have been taken off gas and fitted with electric heat pumps, with solar panels and batteries, so will in some cases potentially run self-sufficiently.
This project provided a big way to help decarbonize the borough, which is important because if we only focus on our emissions, we still have over 90% of emissions coming from the community, which will not help us achieve overall decarbonization.
Innovate UK has been a huge support to the council. It has provided us with an opportunity to develop this solution for our borough, which is a huge challenge to do. It will benefit our local residents. It will hopefully help to alleviate fuel poverty, improve our housing stock.
Since the start of the project, I've learned a lot, and I think the skills I've gained from Innovate UK will help me in the future, and I'm still learning.
My advice to any local authorities or businesses who want to work with Innovate UK is go for it, get collaborating with them. We've seen a huge benefit at Rossendale Borough Council by working with Innovate UK, so yeah, do it.